Hello there and welcome. This video is going to demonstrate a Hitachi D-720 cassette tape recorder, a vintage type. And as you can see, it is a vintage type. I'll show you some of the features that it has. I won't be playing this deck though at this time because it does need some service work, and some of the things that's wrong with it doesn't rewind too well, and the record feature is a little bit shaky. So when I go to service it, I'll let you hear what it sounds like at that time. But for now, I'll give you a little, show you the features, the physical characteristics of it, so you can kind of get an idea of what these sort of cassette decks had at the time. We'll start up here with the microphone inputs, left microphone and right microphone. And then down here we have the headphone jack. Now what's unique about this microphone input is that if you use a microphone on the left side only, the unit will still record on both left and right channels with a live mic. If you have both microphones plugged in, then you'll get stereo live recordings with two microphones, both left and right. Down here we have our toggle power switch, which is very unique with this unit, because I always find that the toggle switches bring out the classy feature of an old piece of equipment, and that's what really makes it vintage look. Now our buttons that we have over here, this is really unique, and I'll show you why. We have record, rewind, play, fast forward, stop, pause, and eject. Now you notice that the stop and the eject are separated. On most cassette decks we have the stop and eject together, but not this unit. They have them separated, as you can see here. Over here we have our tape counter, which is right here, and then down right underneath that we have the tape counter memory button. And what that feature allows you to do is, when your tape counter is set to 0, regardless of where the tape is at, and this button is on, when you hit rewind, and even sometimes on fast forward, the memory will actually deactivate the rewind or fast forward feature when the counter reaches 0. So that way, if you make a recording, say in the middle of a tape, and you want to find it real quick, by leaving the counter at the start point of the new recording and then just using rewind and fast forward to find it with the memory lock on, the tape deck will stop at that particular point, which I think is a real good feature. I wish they had put that on a lot of decks, because that's a really nice feature to have. Down here we have 3 sets of buttons. We have the D and L button, which I believe is called dynamic noise level. If that's incorrect, please let me know, in case you have a cassette deck yourself like this with a manual, because this one didn't come with a manual, so I'm not really sure what that's for. But that's my guess as far as dynamic noise level, or DNL, is concerned. And then we have the Dolby button, which activates noise reduction or deactivates noise reduction. And then we have the mic line input selector, so you can record either with microphones or from another line source like radio or even a phonograph if it's ceramic cartridge. And I'll explain in more detail in another video about phonographs and how they work. Over here we have our tape bias selector switches, and this is the only downfall of this deck, because this is a complex system as far as tape bias selection is concerned. So what I always do is just leave it in the normal position, because the chrome settings, there's too many chrome settings to try to deal with, so I really don't use chrome tapes on this that much because of the complex bias selection system on it. And then last but not least, we have our input and output controls. So you can vary your input levels and also your output levels. So if you have just a preamplifier, or I should say just a power amplifier for that matter, you can actually run this deck and your output levels can be your volume control. So that pretty much covers the physical characteristics of the deck. Like I said, I'm not going to turn it on or demonstrate it at this point because I want to do some service work with it. So when I go to do that, I'll have it on the bench and we'll power it up at that time. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and do please leave comments. And until next time, this is MusicMan0150, also known as Gary, signing off for now. Thank you for watching.